still are 4 wide. Bubble gonna give a push. Fell forward. Just gonna clear him as he's gonna try
Bubble's
it.
getting spun through turn number 3 and 4. Bubble spinning up the track. He saves it.
There's Bubble's
Spring is
flat.
Spring
Bubble
is
has a flat tire.
Bubble has a flat.
He's
Oh, he
on the
flips
wall.
over. Bubble's on the
down.
side. Caution's out.
Just takes out a bunch of cars.
He's going up the corner. Here comes Carter. Carter with the huge one. Oh my gosh. Carter wins. Spring trying to
Does
get
Ford
the
have
lead
enough?
apex.
Here's Spring! He's there! Spring! What is happening?
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, here for Bubbles Cup Season 5. You are joining us live from Martinsville, Virginia. And what a beautiful night here we have tonight. Under the lights, we are currently pacing, waiting the green flag here in Martinsville. I am your host, AJF, and to my right here in the Builder Brain commentary booth, I have Low Man in a Hurry. How are you doing tonight?
Doing good. Glad we're able to race. Nationwide race was a little bit hectic, so hopefully this will be a little bit cleaner than what we had earlier tonight.
Yep, hopefully so. I agree. And I've also joined by Marcus. Marcus, how are you doing?
I'm doing great. Oh, that nationwide race though, like Little Man said, it was something. So
Yeah.
D1 drivers should be clean. So let's hope they do an amazing job here.
Hopefully so. I agree. So we are pacing right now, single file. Have a pretty full field here tonight. On the pole, it is going to be Kimmy. And we had a bit of a delay here with the stream, so we had to abort qualifying and going off of points order. So it's a good opportunity to bring up the points. Here, as you see, Corey Wilson with the points lead, 895 points for him, followed by Kimmy, 763. Beast, 687 points. Bubble has 517 points. Cut with 475 and PC with 440. Now, crucially for Corey Wilson, you'll notice Kimmy is on the pole. Corey Wilson is not here tonight, and he also has not served that one race suspension for Bubbles Cup Series after his shenanigans at the Late Model Championship. So we can be just about certain that Corey Wilson will not be at the next race either, and Kimmy has a great opportunity to really pull out of the points lead here.
It's a little weird that Corey didn't just, I guess, accept the penalty this week and not say anything about having to miss. I mean, could he have gone away with that?
No, you have to join the game and for you to have served your penalty.
Gotcha. He couldn't have just. I mean, I'm just thinking maybe you could just join on mobile real
Yeah,
quick.
well,
and
that's what he
be
did.
there.
That's what he did for some other series. But as we're coming out of turn 4, double file right here. Everybody on the front straightaway. And I guess we're just doing double file for an entire pace lap.
It waved off. It looked like it was it was a struggle there. They had actually switched from the start of the race. They did double file for nationwide, and they ended up doing single file for the rest of the race, which definitely helped. And as we get the call to go green this time.
All right, going green this time by.
Yeah, another thing about the points is, Bubble has dropped down to D2. So wherever he is in the points, you can just, go ahead and bet on everyone jumping him as we go through the season.
That leaves the main players, I'd say, is Kimmy's up there, Cut is up there, Ford is going to be a player. Those are kind of the big ones. Anthony and Napa are strong veterans. We've also got Beast still up there in the points. Beast starting on that outside lane right there in the front row. Those are your big hitters as we are coming around through turn 4, double file, getting ready for the green flag here. As green flag is out here at
Boys.
Martinsville. Oh my
Oh
gosh,
my
and right
gosh.
away, Kimmy, the pole sitter, into the wall. Caution is out immediately. And that is not what you want to see if you're anybody involved with this race, whether that be viewer or host or driver or anything.
Yeah, we'll see what there is to say about that. Maybe if there's anything from race control. I really missed how exactly that happened. And funny enough, I was just saying to keep it clean, boys, as he got turned right at the start there. That's so unfortunate for Kimmy, man. He's already been in his last car.
You know what I did see though is I saw either it was Anthony or Deuce. Is that his name?
Yes.
I feel like I'm saying that wrong. Deuce. Anthony or Deuce, who had gotten off the restart a little too quickly, which ended up causing that little weird stack up. So
Yeah.
that's what I saw. It's either or, but from what I saw, Deuce was the one. Oh,
And there he goes. Deuce gets a drive-through penalty under green. Jump in the start. Kimmy gets a drive-through penalty under green. Respawning told him not to. Kimmy's on his last car. I'm gonna pull up a quick replay here of what just happened. Looking here at the replay as they came out of 4. Fully double file. And yeah, like you said, it looks like a big push came from the inside lane early. I think that's all it was, really.
That's unfortunate though too, because that ruins Kimmy completely.
Yeah, it ruins Kimmy, and great eye, Marcus, catching what actually caused the incident there. I'm surprised you were able to get that. Another thing is weird is the jump power thing. You know, if this had been done, it wouldn't be a problem. Kimmy wouldn't have respawned early, apparently, and getting a drive-through penalty. I don't understand that, but again, the jump power not being set to 0, Kimmy jumps out, respawns apparently when he's not allowed to, and now he's got to drive through. So it's just, you know, salt in the wound there for him.
Yeah, and it cost him a reset. I mean, I don't know if you saw the end of that official's message. They deemed that a reset, so that's the double whammy there for the penalty on Kimmy.
Yeah, if you're him, you're definitely going to try to keep it calm, probably stay out of trouble for the rest of the race with how early this has happened. You know, one thing we didn't go over was picks. Do you guys have a driver you think that's going to pull it out?
I mean, Martinsville is so topsy-turvy. I think Blake is gonna win. One of those kind of consistent and quiet drivers. I think Blake gets it done.
You know, I'm gonna go with, I'm gonna give a wild card. I'm gonna go with, I think Kimmy. Kimmy just got a reset, but I think he will come out and get this.
Yeah, I might go with Kimmy as well, funny enough, with what's happened early on in the race, because, you know, the strategy, I think, is going to play a big part, and Kimmy's going to be conservative for the rest of this.
Well, here we go again. Green flag is out once again as we're giving it a second try, and this time it looks pretty clean cut on the grass there a little bit. Side by side with Beast up here, going down into turn 3.
You know, Beast put in a lot of practice laps. He was there when I was starting to practice for the Nationwide, so he may have some good pace to challenge Cut.
You know what? Adding on to that, Beast, from what I know, he was on since the start of the afternoon. So he was definitely getting in laps as he tries to go to the inside of Cut, but just gets blocked.
As you see,
Kimmy's in the
Kimmy,
pits, guys.
Kimmy in the pits. He's serving that drive-through penalty. Very special guest here with us today. We've got Stormy down as our pit lane reporter. Stormy, do you have anything about Kimmy serving that drive-through?
He's unfortunate about it, but it's going to be unfortunate. He's going to pit road. His team's just going to try to overcome this with a long race, 200 laps. He's just going to try to keep his head down and keep going and keep it going.
All right. Thank you very much for that update, Stormy. Kimmy has served his drive-through penalty.
Yeah, Deuce is going to serve his as well. He's going to come out in just a second here. We did have a pass for the lead. Beast got a round cut.
All that practice is definitely paying off now for Beast as he's maybe partially pulling away from Cut as he goes right next to him on each other's bumpers as there's a battle for third place. That's Ford and Napa.
Big group right here.
I'm not sure how the cars handle exactly on the curbing. If it's anything like the Nationwide, you're kind of flirting with hitting the curb right at the correct time in the corner to get rotation, but it will slow you down if you're just hugging it the whole way.
The Beast for the fastest lap. This is our Bubbles Cup debut of a brand new ticker that I've been working on over about the last week. We saw it in the Nationwide race and the D3 race. You can find both of those races over on the MC Network channel. Marcus is running that, and he's doing a phenomenal job of the D2 and D3 races. You can also find those replays in the Discord server, so make sure to join the Kimmy's Racing Enterprise, KRE Discord server, to stay updated on everything to do with these leagues. Looking at the last lap times here. Yeah, I think so. I think so too. Cut fell off a couple of tenths that last lap, and now Ford trying to take advantage, looking for second place. You can see what kind of speeds they're running in the middle of the corner. Let's watch that live speed down into 3 and 4. Beast is going to slow all the way down to about 77 miles an hour. I think that was the minimum speed there. So it's really got to whoa these cars down. Top speed of about over 140 miles an hour. So you're almost cutting your speed in half by the time you get to the middle of the corner compared to that top speed on the straightaways.
Yeah, and we'll see that minimum speed get lower and lower as we go through. It'll get extremely difficult to hit the bottom with how tight the cars get when the tire continues to wear.
Beast really wound up the entry right there. Maybe a wall ride hit or something. But Ford is really closed up on that last lap. Now just half a second behind. And he's definitely within range to start using that bumper if he feels like he needs to. Great exit.
Yeah, not a great exit for him. Here he comes. Being very patient, it looks like Ford is. He probably could have sent him right there, but he's staying about a car length back at the moment.
Speaking of patience, during the Nationwide race, we saw not a lot of people had patience, and they were just sending as much as they could. It is looking a lot more cleaner for D1 here, as you see Ford, he's just staying behind. Those Nationwide drivers would just plow through whoever was in front of them. Everyone seems a little bit more cleaned out, as in the back, by the way, Napa trying to make a pass on Blake.
I see that back there. I'm wondering, Ford obviously streamer and commentator, same with Beast. That's top two is your commentating duo for the Nationwide race. I wonder if here he goes, something inside. There's the move. A little bit of door-to-door contact, but that's pretty clean there off of 2. I was just gonna say, I wonder if these guys watched the Nationwide race and saw how that race played out, and are just they just toned it back a little bit more after seeing the craziness of that race. Very respectful between the top 2 so far. Great battle on track.
Yeah, this is fantastic. So much. It's just night and day difference. So much better than what we saw earlier. Ford textbook sin to get the position, but he's actually going to get cut back here. A beautiful move from Beast.
All this battling has left them susceptible to Cut and Anthony, who are closed the gap immensely behind. Look, Anthony with the 22.1 that last lap. Beast, Ford, and Cut are all running Nationwide lap times up there to 22.4s, as Anthony gets 3rd place.
Oh, a little bit of a wall hit from Ford. He's going to be under pressure here. Oh, boy, Anthony was using him up a good bit. That's opening the door for Cut.
Yep, he had to lift out of it. They both had to lift to stay out of the wall, and Cut took advantage through to P2. And all this jostling for position has allowed Beast to pull away, but he's got 2 lap cars ahead of him right now. He's going to have to navigate the 88 and the 00 of Deuce. Oh, here he goes.
To the inside goes Beast, and he's going to cleanly pass the 88. He's just looking for that 00 as the back pack is starting to get bunched up. Blake and Napa started to catch up now.
And remember, Deuce served that drive-through penalty. That 88, I believe that is that Alex back there?
Yes.
That is Alex. That he's making his Bubbles Cup debut here tonight. Doing a decent job so far. Staying out of people's way. You see the blue flag being displayed there on the ticker. As now Beast looking at the inside of Deuce trying to get this spot. All the way down to 70 miles an hour when you're stuck on the inside. It's a great display there on the ticker. You can see that running side by side, you really have to drop your minimum speed in order to not run that car up into the wall. It's just a matter of having your entry and exit taken away. Yeah, that was close on exit.
I was going to ask if the blue flag is applying to Deuce, or if he was going to try to fight for position to stay on the lead lap or not.
I think in terms of this, the blue flag is more of a awareness thing that the leaders are behind you, but it's not necessary that you concede that position to the leader. You were allowed to fight them, but it's more just letting you know, hey, the leader is behind you, the faster car is behind you.
And as that was happening, Alex has come to pit road. Stormy, any news?
Yeah, no chatter on the radio from anybody, guys, right now. It is all silent on the radios at the moment, but I think the reason why we're seeing everybody kind of take a chill pill here at the moment is because tires could matter with tire sets, you know. Like I said, I think it's 25 to lap 30 is whenever you're going to see everybody coming into pits. So tire sets could matter at the end of this race, so I think everybody's trying to take a chill pill at the moment, not trying to hit the wall, and save that last set for the end of the race.
Sounds good to me. We got a on-track battle here. This is for P4. Blake working on the inside of Anthony, right up against the wall on the exit. This battle for fourth is heating up. They've been side by side for a little bit now.
Yeah, all the bits about the tire wear and the amount of sets that you have, we never really got to see the end of the nationwide race come down to whoever saved their tires, really, because of the timing. We had to go to a time race instead of a lap count, but that's not the problem here. We got to see them go all 200 laps, so whoever's saving their stuff early might be in position to win.
Yeah, and we know 200 laps was a common number for those late model races that all of us were a part of, and it's with 6 tire sets, you've got to make it at least 33 laps in order to stretch 6 full stints across 200 laps. So I mean, if you're pitting before lap 33, you either know you're for sure good, and you're just gonna try some undercut cheese, or you're in trouble.
And we might see people stretch it too. And also coming down with tire wear is hitting the wall. Again, like every other series, hitting the wall will slow you down and take away 4% of your tire wear. You do not want to hit the wall, especially at a tiny track like this, which we have seen a couple of guys do already.
Yeah, and this setup in general, it really reminds me of those late model setups. I ran a few laps earlier, and this feels like when we were in late models, just about a week ago or so. As times have fallen off a cliff a little bit here, 22.650 is what the leader ran last time. Fastest car on track last time around was Alex, who was already pit. That was a 22.2, I believe it was, or 22.3. I lost it right before the ticker change there. As we see some live speeds now.
Yeah, that's not even a driver we think is going to be competitive for the win, so it'll be interesting to see who pits first and then the leaders, and so we get to see what kind of pace difference there really is with an undercut. I mean, that could be game-changing when we go through the cycles, the green flag cycles.
Yeah, the fall-off was so immense. I was honestly surprised when he pulled up last lap times. The leader was a 22.6. Pole for nationwide was a 22.2. So that is a big drop-off in lap time. As that system in the pits, I believe we've got system coming into the pits. I think Stormy's got more for us.
Yeah, again, no chatter on the radio from anybody here, guys, at the moment. But I would say cutting it a little bit short, coming in on lap 31, 32 right here. So we'll see how it works for the strategy at the end. But we'll see nobody else coming in the pits. And again, no chatter on the radio about pits or anything, guys, at the moment.
All right, thank you very much. As we are on lap 34, and it looks like a few of these guys are doing that stretching you were talking about, Marcus. As there's another pitter. That looks like Nass. Oh yeah, you caught it.
Tire.
Flat tire for Nass.
Yeah, Naz blew a tire, and again, I didn't hear on the radio, no complaining from the radio, but blew a tire, I think trying to come into pit road right there. So you already see these tires are obviously getting cords on them. We're starting to get down to the
Oh, and he
cords.
sped.
So these
Oh,
tires
jeez.
are, and the speed of penalty just came over race control. So unfortunate there for Naz. We'll see how he's able to overcome that.
I want to mention something. In the back, Alex has been battling with Anthony. Alex is a lapped car, and he's been struggling. He's been in the grass, in the wall, shoving Anthony up into the wall. Definitely not going on his tires. And is that another pitter I see?
Yep, that's Robloxian
Stormy?
in the 10 car.
Yeah, Robloxian in as well. Now, he usually doesn't speak a lot on the radio, so he's in. So this is where you're going to start seeing everybody come into pit road. This is right around the window that we were talking about. You're about to see a bunch of people come in. Napa's coming in.
Yeah.
Anthony, Naz coming back into service penalty. So a bunch of people coming into pit road right here, guys. Just we're going to see with the window open.
Yeah, and if you're Alex with such a strong undercut that you had, you can't afford to be in the grass and in the wall. I mean, you're going to be really stretching it thin to get to the end of the race with how early he came in.
Oh, Ford looking for the move on Cut there. That's a battle for P2 on track while we've got pit stops. Cut's holding on to that spot for right now. The battle on pit lane, Napa is going to stay ahead of Anthony by quite a sizable amount, quite a seconds hold there for Anthony Anderson. So he's going to drop back.
Down.
Ford has a tire down.
Yeah,
Stormy.
he's going to come in. Can he make it?
Blake is going to come in as well, and Blake's going to make a pass there over Ford because of that mistake. Staying out just one lap too long.
Man, it's so fortunate not to have the tire go down mid-corner. I mean,
Yeah.
we've seen it twice now, I guess, that we've gotten away with it. And the pit speed right is, I guess, lower than what it was in Xfinity, or sorry, the Nationwide. Is that right?
I'm not sure. I thought it was 39.
Yeah, it looks like we got 33 on my own board with Blake is showing 33, so gotta slow down a little bit more to the pit lane entry point.
Oh, Beast is still trucking out there. He's made a 40 laps. That's Cut with a flat tire on the front stretch. He's going to have to make it all the way around the track with a flat tire.
Oh boy.
Yeah, obviously that undercut worked pretty well. It was in the way of Anthony. Look at System, bro. System pit early. Beast is coming to the pits, and System is fighting with Blake. That's for a net P2, I think.
Yeah, I would expect System if he gets around Blake. If he gets around, wouldn't he be competitive with Beast on the exit?
Yeah.
I mean, he's pretty far up there.
Napa has also pit, so Napa ahead of this group, ahead of everybody. This looks like it's Napa net P2, and look at the strength of the undercut. That's Napa getting his lap back. He's got to go back around and pass Beast again, but Beast has the entire pit lane to go down. So we're keeping an eye on this battle. Beast strolling down the pit lane, crawling at a slow 33 miles an hour.
Undercut way more powerful whenever you've got such a low pit speed.
Yep. Here we go. Napa down the front straightaway through one.
Looks like Beast is going to have this covered it off. Maybe it's going to be close.
Here comes Napa with momentum. Napa's going to take the lead on the undercut, and Blake isn't that far behind either. So Beast loses the lead as...
Actually, Kimmy hasn't pit yet.
That's right, Kimmy. After serving that drive-through penalty, the early crash and the drive-through penalty, he is yet to pit. So he's really taking care of his stuff. But you can see, look at the last pit lap. 4 laps earlier did Napa pit, and that got him the net lead. As now, I believe we've got Kimmy coming in. Stormy, you got more for us.
Yeah, Kimmy on a long strategy here. Not much from the radio from Kimmy at the moment, but Napa ecstatic on the radio after the strategy worked out in his favor. He was very happy after coming off the 2 there and being able to pass Beast. We'll see if it works out. He said it's about a 10% difference, what it sounds like, is what I heard on the radio from Napa. So we'll have to see how it all works out here in the end and shakes out as the once we get to laps 60 to 65.
And these guys need to keep it taut with the wall whenever you're going into pits, because Bubble is not penalizing being all the way on the inside. So anybody that saw the Nationwide race should be trying to save some time by going all the way narrow in the pit lane.
Yep. Well, it's starting to heat up a little bit. That undercut gave Napa the lead, but now Beast has 4-lap fresher tires, and now he's giving him the bumper. Beast wants the lead back, and Blake is also right there.
Again, all this practice has definitely helped him out as, you know, people were joking about it. Like, all this practice for him to maybe not make it, for him to lag out. Remember, for the past couple of races, Beast has not been able to make it because of lag. Now that he finally has these problems erased, he might be a player, and a strong player at that.
Honestly, if you've got some natural pace in you and you just spend about an hour or so running some laps, especially on a short track like this, you can get a lot of work in, a lot of reps in before you come to the race, and it's showing off here.
Yep, Napa with a nice little switchback there, though, in that last corner. I wasn't expecting that considering he's on worse tires, but he's doing it as Blake giving Beast a little push from the outside. You kind of run a risk on the outside of somebody. You know, if they mess up the corner and put you in the wall and exit, well, there goes 4% of your tires. Tough luck. You know, it's kind of a risk being up there. That's Blake looking at the inside of Beast here. That's for P2. Napa slowing the exit.
So
It's going to go semi-defensive. Oh, I thought Blake was going to send it in there, but no, he backed up the corner well. And now second and third are tripping over each other as Cut, after that flat tire, he is coming right back into the game here.
And remember, Cut won last weekend. At a 1-2 without.
Oh, that's
he's
Beast!
around.
Off the front nose of Cut.
He's jumped super early. That's going to be a drive-through.
That's going to be, yeah. We've talked about it before.
And the commentator's curse strikes now. Unfortunate about that. We apologize, Beast.
And he spawned his car on the wall twice. I think that's going to cost him some more tire wear. He keeps spawning his car on the wall, giving himself more and more tire wear.
Oh, Anthony just got hit into the wall by Robloxing, and he's going to have some tire wear as well. They can't get it under control under pits.
And you know they're not going to be happy about that.
If you're Kimmy, this was beautiful. You didn't lose a lap. You're right back to the end of the line, and you went long. You've got a little bit better schedule on your tires.
Yep. Obviously he was scored a lap down after that drive to penalty earlier, but this could be like race saving for Kimmy, because after that first incident, we had been running really clean. And there it is, Beast on his last car, and he has a drive-through penalty under green for respawning, like basically in the middle of the crash. And that's really why we see that rule implemented, because it kind of sucks when I'm trying to find Beast username over here to see the rest of the crash, and then car's just gone.
Yeah, and also if you happen to be in the middle of a crash and everyone's still wrecking and trying to avoid, and someone's spawning their car, like, it hasn't always settled down yet, and we don't always see it, culminate into a bigger wreck, but it can. Theoretically, it can when people are spawning their car too early when they just wreck.
No, that's Alex down. Now, I don't know if they're carrying. Because you can be at 20% tires coming to the restart, or anything above or under 30, and people would pit, and then you'd have to take that penalty as there. Oh no, never mind. It's changed. So it's -1 rating under yellow. Stormy, you got anything?
Yeah, Alex, I don't think knew the rule. He did not read the rule book before. I don't think he knew that that was a rule, so he thought he could pit under caution. Well, unfortunately, there for Alex. But this changes up the strategy a little bit for everybody. Probably going to be able to stretch the strategy just a little bit more, maybe lap 70. But I will say, Napa got in the wall once or twice. So Napa's tires right now are at 71, and somebody like Cut is at about 81. So he's got about 10% difference on Napa's tires right here, by the way.
Yeah, the idea was in the nationwide race, if you think your schedule is going to have you pitting, off cycle with everyone else, you just take the drive-through penalty because you save time by not having to go through your box under a green. That's no longer the case. So we're seeing the new rule in effect now, having the -1 lap to Alex. That's unfortunate for him, but it does get rid of that exploit we were seeing earlier. So we're getting doubled up here.
I want to say, guys, after Beast is crashed there, he spun off the front nose of cut. I really like the position that Blake is in there on the outside of the front row here. He didn't pit as early as Napa. He had a really clean pit cycle. There's just like no mistakes, very clean, and was up there fighting with him. I know he's my pick to win, so I might be a little bit biased there, but I think what I saw from that first pit cycle makes me feel really confident about Blake's ability to run this racetrack.
Let's go, Kimmy. You know, our pick, like.
Yeah, I mean,
unbiased.
Kimmy's still a good pick, I think, for us, Marcus, because with the recent caution, he's back on schedule with everybody with a little bit better tire life, I think, with how much he extended the first stint.
Well, how about it then? We'll go on board with Kimmy for this upcoming restart. On board with the number 17 car, put it on pole due to the points situation. And with Corey Wilson not making this race, I believe he's going to be the de facto points leader, barring a disqualification.
Yeah, if you're Beast and Kimmy, you definitely, as much as you want to fight for the win, as much as you may have the pace to win, you definitely want to have a good points day with Corey out right now.
Here we go, coming through the N4 double file, getting ready for the green flag, going on board with Kimmy Ventores.
Yeah, boy, it was antsy up front, trying to get closed up before the restart. Blockstein's in the wall. He got shoved by Ford on the entry.
Damage. The number 10 and then a spin in the back. That's Alex in the 88 and a caution has come out.
Yeah, it looked like, from my point of view, it looked like where Blockstein was trying to get underneath Ford and Ford wasn't having it. He was giving him the squeeze on the curb and it put his left front of Blockstein under the inside wall.
Yeah, and that'll put Roblox in his last car. Crucially, though, is that going to count as Beast drive-through penalty served? That would be a huge weight off the shoulders of the number 3 team. Yeah, thank you, Storm, over here, and that counts.
It does, that counts.
Well, count the number 3 back in the race, ladies and gentlemen. That is about as good as you can write it up if you're the 3 team after that drive-through penalty was assessed.
Yeah. Also, it wasn't that so bad. It wasn't that bad, really, with the cautions early in the nationwide race. But once you had one caution, as we all know, cautions breed more cautions. And I wonder if we're going to see that here in the D1 race. It was pretty well behaved earlier, but now that we're packed up, is everyone going to get more aggressive now that we're a little over a fourth of the race done?
You know, let's hope not, because I mean, I think they've been doing pretty good, and I think the way to get around this track and to survive this race is to have a clear head. You cannot go and be mad at someone touching you in the beginning of the race. Like, you have to be very calm about it, because again, any mistake could put you or someone else into the wall, and then more problems occur from that.
Yeah, people will seek you out for revenge. We saw a lot of that. All it takes is a little bit of pumping each other out of the way, and then everyone is after each other's throats, and then everyone gets caught in the crossfire as well.
Got first hand of that.
Right. Yeah, Bubble not happy with Marcus in the nationwide, and we saw a pretty big incident that was talked about pretty heavily afterward. Certainly times where I was sending people, or you know, eventually I figured, well, if we're all sending each other, then to heck with it. I'm gonna go right up your middle.
Yeah, it happened to most of us. I think you just get tired of it, and especially with how many people were doing it. But here for the D1 race, it has not been like that. It has been mostly clean. I think that move from Ford could have been a little bit different, but for the most part, it's been clean.
Guys, take a look at the ticker here. They're showing that last pit lap. Kimmy pit on 45, so that's a great advantage for Kimmy there. Y'all are mentioning it. That is a significant tire advantage, as we've got Ford right now with the fastest lap at 21.7. That is pretty quick. I think track record is maybe 21.6 we saw from Beast during his practice.
Yeah, that's a pretty impressive lap to pull off in the middle of the race. I wonder if he did that with some clean air. I suspect that maybe he did, but yeah, it'll be tough to see anyone get close to that.
Here we go. Side by side, maybe 3 wide, almost with Ford, and in the back, that's almost 3 wide. 3 wide with Nas, Deuce, and Anthony as Napa takes the lead.
Yeah, now
Blake's trying to switch back.
Here. Ford is going to be hunting him as well. He's right there, trying to be patient, it looks like.
Here it is. Oh no, he almost had it, but Blake blocked the door from it.
Yeah, Ford is really trying to be careful with his top 2 right now. I think he doesn't want to be involved in any kind of controversy. He wants to be everybody's friend, at least for this first part of the races. Napa's in the wall, and that'll allow Ford to take second.
Hey, and what Stormy had mentioned earlier was Napa was on at least 10%, and there's Blake, 10% worse tires than Cut. That he hit the wall just now, so that definitely went down there.
Yeah, Blake was giving his spot back. Yeah, he definitely was. He ran up right up against the. That's Alex with damage out of the final corner. And did he collect Cut there? No, that's just his tire running along. I saw the tire on top of Cut.
Guys, oh man, this is the frustrating thing about whoever's leading coming down to pacing way too quick. We just saw them bunched up at the front of the field, and Napa was into the inside wall. So that's more tire wear for Napa. You just hate to see it. You got to slow down gradually.
Man, unfortunate for Napa. Definitely, he probably lost at least about more than 10% of tires. As you know what, Stormy, do you have any new info about tires?
Nothing at the moment. It definitely, like you said, that hurt Napa's tires there when he got up into the wall. That's why you did see Blake back up there. He was trying to give position back to Napa. But yeah, just unfortunate. Blake obviously didn't mean to do that. Blake, a very clean racer, and got up into Napa, but definitely hurt his tires. And Cut not very happy with some of the guys in the field. I don't know exactly who, but after he got bumped to the back and fell to the back, he is not in the best of moods on the radio right now.
Thank you, Stormy.
Yeah, I suspect more radio chatter as we get closer to the end. Yeah, people will not be happy with each other as we keep going. You kind of start to log how many times you've gotten hit. You just put it in the archive of your mind, and race car drivers forget their own mistakes quite quickly, but they will remember yours.
Well, man, hurry up here. Talking to Booth, speaking from experience here.
Yeah, and I think you have to go in with that mentality. Obviously, you don't want to be, you don't want to have your confidence shot as a driver to continue to mull over the mistakes that you've made. But when you're done wrong, you're looking for your get back. The question is, can you do it without taking yourself out? Which I mean, I have first-hand experience with that as well. Trying to get back on bubble at Imola, taking myself out, and I've seen other people do it as well. We saw it earlier with Dale in the nationwide race. So. Can you wreck someone or can you rough them up without taking yourself out? That's kind of an art in and of itself.
As I think this second stint's really been caution filled. Normally we'd be talking about them starting to think about pit stops, but I think with all these cautions, we're going to see guys extend. Marcus, what do you think about that? Maybe all this cautions allowing drivers to extend this second stint.
Yeah, we get the radio silence there.
Well, I'll extend the question to you then, little man. What do you think about
Repeat the question.
that? Green flag is
green
that?
now.
Yeah, green flag. Is that Blake looking for an
Rewind immediately.
opportunistic move on the inside? Looking like Clint Boyer down there on the apron. He's gonna wrap it. He's okay. Oh, that's system being put up in the wall. Kimmy's trying to make
advantage.
4 wide on the bottom. I think I did see 4 wide back there with Cut maybe. But it's Ford and Napa side by side out front. Kimmy taking advantage. He's to the inside of Anthony.
Yeah, remember that tire life. If you've got fresh tires and everyone in front of you is battling, you can sneak right up the inside, and that's what Kimmy's been doing here on this restart.
Another mistake there from
Blake's gonna
Anthony.
run. Oh, Napa really trying to send it around the outside, trying to hold position with Blake. It's going to be close. Now he's been impressive, man. Some of the newer drivers have been impressive with their pace here.
Here goes the inside of Ford, looking for the lead here in turn 3. Backs up that corner, a little bit of contact there with Napa.
Look at Kimmy, man. Just rolling the middle of the corner on the outside. He's got position on Napa here to try to roll some more speed. Kind of going in pretty deep there, rotating middle of the corner. He's got the pass down on Napa for third.
Look at that, and that's just new tires. If you get to the outside and you pass him, man, that is a huge pace advantage. And he's rolling the third lane. Still side by side up front.
Beautiful.
I don't think this battle definitely ain't gonna end. And there's just gonna be more coming as Kimmy, can he get a decent run here off the corner? He will, as they're still side by side. This is amazing.
Yeah, they're running each other pretty clean right now. Blake and Ford, 2 of the better drivers in all of our series, but Kimmy is right on their rear here. He's loving to see them battle.
Oh, Blake sends it in a little deep there. Ford's going to get a crossover. So is Kimmy. Blake loses multiple spots here.
Kimmy is up to second.
And he's rolling the top still.
Oh, not the greatest exit that time. Blake, he may have position on the inside. Let's see here.
If given room. You know, another thing the D2 drivers did not do. But
Cut's got some
Yeah,
lag
right.
back there. Watch that 26
Oh,
car.
right
Oh,
into the
man.
wall. Oh, my
I think that was a
God.
big lag. I missed it, but I saw him on the inside on the back straightaway, and I think it looks like lag.
oh,
It had to have been, man. I saw him
was-
just completely straight line 3.
that was horrible. That hit hard. Stormy, any new chatter?
Yeah, complete lag right there. Was saying he was frozen, just couldn't do anything about it. Unfortunate there, hard hit there for Cut. But I will say, I asked some of the guys here what the pit strategy was, and there's different around. Some people say they want to pit like right now, and then we have some people like a Napa says he may be pitting around lap 85 is when the pit window opens up for those guys.
Thank you, Stormy.
You know, I said near the beginning that lap 33 was the minimum you had to make it for that if you're splitting up those stints evenly for 6 tire sets. If you're doing 5 stints, you've only got to make it 37 or 38. As yeah, instead it caused by lag is an immediate drive-through penalty there. So Cut will have to serve a drive-through under green flag. But I was about to say, if you only have to extend it a few more laps, 37 to 38 laps, and you can do it on 4 stops, 5 stints. And then if you can make it to, you want to make it to lap 4. 40 there for that. Yeah, sorry, I completely misspoke about that. Lap 40 would get you to the four stopper. Lap 50 would get you to the stopper, but I'm not sure if we're seeing any of these guys make it to lap 50 here. Or sorry, lap 100.
Well, this was some exciting action up front. I'm excited to see, a lot of the more seasoned drivers race each other and give each other room, because Martinsville can be a beautiful battle to watch. And Blake is holding his own with some of the veterans as well. So that's very cool to see.
Well, we've seen a few cautions, but everybody who started the race is still here, still running in the race. We've got 12 cars here tonight. And right now it is Ford, just Ford 3, leading the field back to the green for the restart. As it's actually green this time, next time around. We got green next time before they hit the line last time around, so I thought that was coming to the green there, but I was mistaken, and we'll go green next time.
Well, the sin in the D3 race, we thought he was getting all hyped for the restart, and then little did we know it was gonna be let down for not the restart.
Well, you really got to keep an eye on that number 17 car. He is restarting third there, second row on the inside lane. Kimmy still with the freshest tires. His tires are just 30 laps old. Those around him are closer to about 35 to 40 laps old. I tell you, when those tires fall off a cliff, the advantage Kimmy has doesn't really get smaller. The tire delta is just going to keep growing and growing here. As this time around, we see the green flag. We are restarted here at Martinsville. It's a bad start for Beast in the back. He drops further behind. But Blake trying to hold his own on the outside here. A Ford side-by-side through 1 and 2 and fighting down the back straightaway.
Now, I'll tell you, Beast may have been a few pixels away from his race over, man. I mean, he was really starting to get turned there from the rear.
Oh, Anthony up on the grass there a little bit, but all as clean as everybody stays out of the wall, just barely up front. Kimmy is doing the classic Martinsville move, hug the bottom and follow the car through. So when Ford made that pass, Kimmy made that pass, and he's up into P2 with that strategy.
And he's looking to hunt down Ford as Napa, Anthony, little squirmish in the back.
Cut coming into the pits here, serving that drive-through penalty.
System is around, guys.
System.
He's got damage.
Yep, caution is out. Rear end damage for System. 2 cars on pit lane, Robloxian and Cut. Cut serving that drive-through penalty. Stormy, do you have any info on Robloxian?
Yeah, Robloxian is that guy who I said was trying to pit before the caution before this came out. So it really worked out for Robloxian. Now he's going to have fresh tires. He's going to be right in the pack. This perfectly works out for Robloxian right here, guys.
Wow, I mean, Lilman, you know what that's like. That's a perfectly timed free pit stop. I mean, what do you feel as a driver when you have that fall in your lap?
Yeah, I mean, you just hope that it doesn't happen again and someone does the same thing you just did, because it's very likely it might happen. You know, on that note, it's hardly a bad call if you're pretty close to the schedule, because when everyone is packed up, the likelihood of a caution is so much greater than when you get spread out under a lot of green flag racing. So, if it's anywhere close to what you thought you would pit under, anyway, you just go ahead and come down as soon as the green's out.
You know what? Speaking on that, if you remember, little man, during the Nation Round race, I had pulled it in with, again, it was a timed race at the end, so I pulled it in with about 6 minutes to go, hoping for a caution, and voila, there was a caution. So this can happen in about any part of the race. So just be prepared for the end, because we're about to see some crazy strategies that people are going to do.
Yeah, certainly. You'll see some unlikely contenders if they happen to get a little lucky like that. I mean, you're a contender anyway, Marcus, but, you know, certainly someone who may not even have the pace that you have will be there at the end if they happen to get fortunate with a call like that.
Hey, was that like a jab at me?
No, I know. I mean, like, it worked out for you, and you had the pace anyway, so you were really a threat. But anyone who doesn't have the pace, you know, they can become a threat with how fortunate that strategy will go for them.
And let's just take a look at the field right now, and we'll name off some of the people who are known as non-threats and just have been not up there. As you know, Nas. You see Nas in P5. I think maybe the first time today. If I'm not mistaken, he definitely is going to be one that you need to keep an eye on. Deuce and Alex could get up there at some point. System even, and a Robloxian.
I like the wording on that. Known as non-threats.
Yeah, that's the most pleasant way we can talk about pace efficiencies.
As we did see under that yellow flag, race control is mandating a car length gap in between the rows. That's going to help us help spread us out a little bit more, a little bit less crazy on the restarts there. As we're coming through 4 and coming to the green flag. Green flag here once again in Martinsville, beginning lap 81.
Almost 3 wide, and there's Alex! Alex making a 3 wide move into the middle, but Deuce is shoving him up. That almost hits Anthony into the wall.
Anthony's coming down. So is System.
Stormy's down there on pit lane, he may have more.
Yeah, nothing from the radio here, guys, at the moment. No chatter. I don't know if that's strategy. Here at the moment, but yeah, no chatter on the radio from either of those guys.
Guys, I gotta jump up front. Kimmy's to the inside of Ford, and now Blake is to the inside of Kimmy, looking for 3 wide for a second there. A huge cluster of cars up front right now. As Kimmy around the outside, can he finally take the lead of this race with the fresher tires? But Blake holding tough on the inside.
Deuce is
wreck in the back.
Guys, Alex was rolling the top and was trying to get the late apex, and Deuce was going up wide on the exit, so they just came together on the same piece of track.
Yeah, and that's the classic 2 cars trying to fit in a 1-car space on the exit of a corner. And unfortunate for Deuce.
Yeah, for a couple of turns, Alex was running that high lane. I don't know whether it was working for him or not. I mean, he was there, but I think everyone just got packed up there, so there's not much that anyone can do.
A lot of cars on their last car here. A lot of drivers on their last car, I should say.
Yep, and a lot of cars on the last driver.
What?
Yeah, because we're not spending any more fools on this.
That's right. One more driver, and this car is done.
I mean, you know what I was talking about earlier, the non-threats. They showed out there. Yeah, Deuce, Robloxian, Nas.
Yeah, the non-threats are still a threat. It's just kind of one step removed, right? Because then they can cause a caution, and then they're threatening your win.
getting the lap
You know,
back there
speaks-
under yellow. That really works out for both System and Anthony. They're now on the Robloxian strategy, which, by the way, we only had like one lap of green. Robloxian's all the way up into 5th.
So
Yeah, right,
for
Roblox- Go ahead, Stormy.
For the new pacing rules, the inside lane is not going to unpace. Hoping that'll help the gaps and the restarts a little bit better here.
All right, thank you for the update about what race control has said, Stormy. You see the green this time, command. And yeah, this looks a lot cleaner coming to the green this time.
There we go.
Man, you would have loved to see that if you were a leader earlier in the race.
Yeah.
But, you know, better late than never.
Decisive turn in there from Blake, and it was perfect, giving exactly a car's width, and that's going to pay him out on the exit. Blake there looking to clear into 3, and he's got it. What a pass from Blake. That was amazing from the 12 car.
And Napa might have a run on Kimmy here. He looks like he's just going to kind of shove him in the rear there on entry. I thought maybe he might sit it down the inside.
Kimmy though, Kimmy to the inside of Blake, as in the back next to Ford. That's where Bloxian to the inside of Ford and almost Napa. Napa's gonna send it in a little bit as Kimmy
Here
still
comes Robloxian.
and there's Robloxian.
Robloxian on the fresh tires. Blake's in the wall, and he's slow, and that's causing a huge jumble in the middle of the pack. He's getting passed by everybody, as now it's Kimmy leading from Robloxian. System's coming through on fresh tires. Anthony's coming through on fresh tires. And I imagine we're going to see some pit stops here pretty soon from the rest of the pack.
It hurts so much to lose many positions, but I feel like Blake was so fortunate not to get run over there and lose a car.
Yeah, absolutely. It's like the fastest car last time around on track is Robloxian, 22.400, hunting down the leader of Kimmy right now.
And I did not expect to see Robloxian fighting for the win, or at least for the lead as it stands.
Oh, as he goes to the inside.
Big sin late on the brakes, but Kimmy's leaving the door open on the inside. And look at the drive off the corner. Superior grip in the rear tires. Look at that. As I don't think that pit lap updated correctly. He's definitely pit after that.
Oh,
Where in the world?
Stormy.
Yep, we got cut in the pits.
This is what we were talking about. Pit stops are opening. All these guys are complaining about these tires. They are worn. They're starting to cord. Everybody's going to be coming into the pits. The pit window is definitely open. Cut, who is definitely going to be good on strategy. He's in, and he brought Naz with him. Both just old tires getting super tight, but hoping to jump the strategy, trying to jump the leaders here for Cut and Naz.
Yeah, Robloxian's in the lead, guys. I mean, I was watching this battle, and the wide line from Kimmy up into the third lane, away from that little concrete patch in the first two lanes, was allowing Robloxian to really send the corner and wash up and then get that late apex. So he got that move done pretty cleanly. Oh, but he's coming back. Kimmy's coming back at him, so he's not giving up.
Kimmy with a super late apex line there. In fact, he was about a car width off the apex. Trying to keep that minimum speed up as we've got more people pitting. Ford is in, Napa's in, Blake, Alex, Deuce. Half the field in the pits this lap. It is a busy pit lane down there, Stormy.
It is everybody coming in. This is what we were talking about. Everybody on the same strategy right here. It is a huge, more than about half the pack coming in right now on the same strategy. You know, Alex is on a little bit different one. Remember, he pitted way before all these guys, so he's actually a tire set ahead of everybody else here at the moment. So unfortunately, I see him, and he's on a very odd strategy. We'll have to see if it works out. Hopefully, he's still got a tire set left in behind the wall for the end of the race, but everybody else in right here, so hopefully they're trying to jump the leader as Robloxian, as I'm hearing on the radio.
It's going to be close. You know, Ford was a little under pressure from Napa. I think part of it had to do with getting on the brakes in the pit box, kind of sent Ford a little backwards in his stall whenever he was holding the brakes. You got to be careful to get off of the brake pretty early once you get stopped.
Yeah, and Cut with that earlier pit stop, he is ahead of everybody else. He's the first car out of everybody that has pit so far. So you see him up in 6th. The top 5 have yet to pit. Cut leads those that have pit so far. You see the last pit stop there. Anthony pit about the lap after Robloxian. So Robloxian should be about lap 80. Some trouble there with the ticker not updating. But everybody else yet to pit.
Yeah, Kimmy and Anthony in a little bit of a weird position behind Cut. You know, oh, Ford is going to center on Kimmy. Wow, that was pretty late, but he's got the rubber to do it.
Beast now on pit lane. That is one of just 3 drivers who really need to pit. Or sorry, I think maybe just 2, as we're also going to need to see Kimmy in the pits. So Beast and Kimmy, kind of the last 2. Beast in the pits right now. Then it'll really just be Kimmy.
This is just what Kimmy does, isn't it? I mean, we've seen it for a long time now. I think in multiple divisions of multiple leagues, he loves to extend. He loves to have the tire life at the end of the race. And
Yeah.
typically, it works out for him.
You know what? Adding on to that real quick, Kimmy has said himself that he doesn't think he's a very good short track racer. He did this strategy at Bristol, or at least tried to, and then unfortunately wasn't able to. I think he wrecked out, and then that cost him a set. So he wasn't able to complete that whole race. But he's doing the same thing here, and it's kind of working as he goes almost into the wall by Nas and Deuce. Unfortunate for the lap cars.
So Cut gets one of those laps back. Anthony's been running better through the traffic than Robloxian. You see him 4/10 fast that last lap. So Anthony closing up on Robloxian as a battle for the lead, but there's lap cars trying to pass both of them at the same time right now. Cut is now just 1 lap down as Robloxian get a little bit of boot there from Ford. Is that going to allow Anthony to take advantage, potentially pass for the lead here? You're looking at the number 10 car and the number 2 car. That is the battle for the lead on track right now. As Kimmy finally into the pits, Stormy, he's right at the halfway point in this race, coming to the pits finally.
Yeah, finally coming into the pits. He's on that very long strategy, really stretching these tires. He's been like that the entire race. So Kimmy, again, coming in about halfway through. Perfect timing for him. He is loving the strategy so far, and we'll see if it works out for him here in the end.
If it goes green all the way to the end, I definitely expect him to be a contender. It's just a matter of how much time do you lose coming in this late? Can you make it up?
And keyword, if it stays green. People are going to
That's
get
right.
more dicey throughout the whole race as they're side by side battling for the lead. That's Robloxian and Anthony.
Yeah, Anthony, another one of those kind of silent assassins that, you know, he sits around in the midfield for most of the race, but if things kind of go his way, he may end up being in the front as well. And this is what we're seeing. Anthony is not anyone to pass over as a contender. He will be there, just run consistent laps.
Yeah, I mean, came runner-up in Season 2 of Bubble's Cup. Only behind Bubble himself as Anthony Anderson, your new race leader, and that's Ford looking for a move on Cut to take the lead out of that strategy of cars that have pit already. That's a big move for Ford on his strategy. And System as well getting involved in here. System has gotten past Robloxian. That's going to put System into P2. And you see the extension for Kimmy, he just got undercut by everybody.
Robloxian has been struggling these past few laps. He's already lost 4 seconds from Anthony, and he's continuing to lose more as he's getting passed by lapped cars.
The Blake getting the position back. That is to go just 1 lap down there. So as Beast gets a first warning for walling, so that's going to put Blake, Ford, and Beast all on their first warning out of 2 before they get a drive-through penalty for walling. We've now got 4 cars, just 1 lap down, and Stormy, I think Robloxian's coming down to you.
Yeah, Robloxian just came in. You saw those last couple laps where he was really struggling. Got super tight there at the end of that run, so kind of forced to come into pit. He wanted to stay out for a little bit longer, but unfortunately, just kind of had to. He knew he was going to lose a bunch of positions here, so he's going to come into pit. But I'm pretty sure Anthony and System's still out there as well. So we'll have to see when those guys come in. No chatter on the radio from either of those guys either.
All right, we're gonna have to see when where Robloxian comes out relative to the rest of the field, as he's still technically in 3rd until Ford comes around to cross the line again, right there. So now Ford, Cut, and Napa will all pass Robloxian on track for position. There's Robloxian on the pit exit right now. Coming out of the pits, that's actually going to put him behind Kimmy, so that's and Nas. So Robloxian all the way down, that'll put him in P11, just ahead of Alex, behind Nas.
Robloxian going around again, as he just pit. Stormy?
What happened there?
No chatter on the radio. People trying to find out. We don't know what's going on with Robloxian right now. I'll tell you guys if I get anything.
Okay. That, again, just very weird. You usually see that for drive-through penalties, but he's not. Yeah, that wasn't announced, so very weird behavior.
Robloxian's done, guys. Robloxian's done. He's got to go. He's done. He's pulling it in.
All right, pulling it in. So Robloxian is done today after completing 113 out of 200 laps here. Day done for Robloxian, and you see if you leave, it is a disqualification. Robloxian will score 0 points. You see DSQ there on the ticker, so Robloxian is disqualified from the race.
Well, you hate to see that. I mean, it seemed like he was having a pretty good race. By the way, Kimmy is really hounding Beast right now. Yeah, these are 2 guys that we expect to be in the championship hunt as we get down to the end of the season, and they're looking to overtake Corey in his absence. So this is an important battle on track.
And also remember that they're both on 1 more car. This is their last car that they're running. So any mistake, any send, just anything could end this race and could cost them points.
Last time around, Blake was your fastest. Last 2 laps around, Blake was the fastest on track. So Blake in the 12 car, he's got a bit of a gap to Napa and Cut ahead, trying to track those 2 down. They're on the same strategy as him, but he's got a long way to go until he sees the 20 car of Ford at a straightaway ahead. As of course I mentioned Blake's fast laps, and he just immediately went 8/10 slower the next lap. Kimmy now with 22.0. That is a very quick lap time.
Oh, caution! I believe a wreck, Alex.
Yep.
That's out, right?
Yeah, that'll be a DNF there for Alex and his Bubbles Cup debut. He'll be credited with 11th place finish. As there's Anthony, the leader. He's beginning pacing. Lap cars are passing him, but I don't think they're supposed to.
No,
they can't.
They're allowed.
Okay.
Yeah, I think we were just going to go away from changing laps as what we did on the nationwide race. They're just going to wrap around and get back to the end of the longest line here when they get their laps back. But this is good for Kimmy, you know, with the better tire life and being right back up to the back of the pack again. So we may never see Kimmy have to actually do the catching on a long green flag run. He may just walk backwards into a win if there's a caution and he's got so much better tires.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just got word. Unfortunately, Alex is out of this one, and just got word he was on his second to last tire set, so I don't know if he would have made it to the end, guys.
Wow.
Yeah, that would have been a rough stretch for Alex there. Brings out the caution here. I'm gonna be honest, it would have been really upsetting if we had a long green flag run with strategy finish and he had a flat tire or something that caused a late caution that ruined his strategy finish.
And that's right. That's right. Better to see it happen now. Honestly, I suspected it from the beginning with how early he came in
Yeah.
and how much he was wearing himself out as soon as he got out of the pits.
Man, we're losing those non-threats.
God forbid this race get predictable, man. We need these guys in here.
Well, we might have to throw it back to some in-car reporting here, little man in a hurry.
Yeah, then you put me back on track on the lead lap. How do you feel about your pick right now, Agent, with Blake?
I feel pretty good. I think Blake's got
All
really
right,
good
just
pace
got
right
word,
there.
Anthony, your leader is at 29% tires right here, and system can't be far off. So those guys could be probably coming in within the next 5 to 10 laps. Watch those two front two come in here.
Very low tire wear for those front two, and they're gonna be pitting here very shortly after the restart. And the pack behind is on much fresher tires. They're gonna be hounding this top two.
Yeah, I definitely think we'll see some 3-wide moves. They're going to go slow into the corner. They're going to get hit in the rear. I think they're going to get swallowed up within about half a lap.
Very. Oh.
Hunter's going to drive for penalty for unpacing on the bottom lane while setting the pros. Not supposed to do that. I thought I saw Ford unclick the pacing there for a second and 3 and 4. He's also on the bottom lane there in the second row.
Unfortunate for Beaston with the lower driver count and with how much cleaner these guys are. Who knows if that's his race? And probably not. I doubt it. But you never know.
Could be. It could be as it gets thinned out and you only have clean drivers left. You know, it could be it for Beast. I feel like race control has watched him like a hawk.
I've been told race control is being pretty strict this race. He's kind of wanted to, so race control being having to be strict here, and he's pacing rules just the entire race.
And we've seen it throughout this race. So hopefully for better racing, and hopefully people listen to the rules as we get ready to go green.
Yep, coming to the green flag right here. Green flag is out for Anthony and System, and the pack behind immediately trying to jump. Anthony's going to have to go defensive here from Ford. Ford on fresher tires, Anthony on the grass.
Ooh, everyone stacked up.
Oh, is that System in the wall a little bit? Anthony trying to defend all the way to the bottom right here. Ford is going to get through on the inside. That's 2 cars coming to the pits. Looks like Nas and Beast into the pits.
Yeah, I'm surprised Anthony didn't jump into the pits right after the restart. I guess he's going to go around one more time, but just as I suspected, they got swallowed up. Just about to get shoved into the wall. Wow.
Yeah.
3 wide there.
Now,
Yeah, Anthony's coming
here
down.
Comes.
I was gonna say that was probably what Anthony was trying to do earlier, but got in the way.
Yeah, and System wasn't able to come in that lap. You know, Stormy said it. They were very low on tires. Could be risking a flat tire here in a few
System's
corners,
gonna
and there it
flat-
is. Yep.
Oh, Stormy.
Yeah, System was trying to get down right there, but knew that it was coming soon, but couldn't get down fast enough. So unfortunate there for System. Still able to go, still going to come into pit road right here. But Anthony was trying to get to the bottom there on that right lap. You guys were right. He was trying to get down on the backstretch a lap before.
Yep, as McQueen's blown a tire. McQueen's blown a tire. Going into 3 and 4 in the pits. And yeah, he's losing a ton of time there. as we saw Kimmy get his warning one for excessive use of the grass. So the first time we've seen that warning, but definitely.
Oh!
Yeah, sorry about the loud exclamations from me in front case agent, but yeah, I mean Blake was really hopping off of the contact from someone else on his outside there. I thought maybe he'd go around. You know, Kimmy with the excessive use of the grass, I don't know how much is constituting excessive, but I've seen people really do some lawn mowing, you know.
Oh, Anthony given a drive-through penalty for driving through boxes after the completed stop. I was just about to say what an amazing job Anthony must have done on pit lane, because usually they come out easily 2 laps behind, and he came out even with Ford to be just 1 lap down. But evidently cutting through the boxes, and race control was not happy about that.
Well, you know, I really hope that that was said to the drivers before. I'll give them the benefit of the doubt for making that apparent, because in the nationwide race, Bubble was cutting, and we all responded by also cutting through the pit boxes, going through the pit lane as well. So I thought that was free game. Hopefully they were aware of that before the race started. That changed.
Hopefully so. Blake now up into third, looking. It was on the back of Kimmy about a corner ago, and then Kimmy just drove away on the straightaway, and now Kimmy's closing in on Ford. So kind of a rubber band effect there with Kimmy and the 17 machine. And you know, you lose so much time on pit lane, you're starting to get close. Maybe you think about one more stop to the end. I don't know. Maybe if System, for example, I think System's in a really good spot to do it on one more stop. These guys really need to stretch it. Yep, Kimmy sending it for the lead right here on the inside. Or taps the wall. That's going to cost him some tire wear.
Yeah, I'm not sure how happy Ford's going to be about that move. It was a little bit on the edge from Kimmy. He wasn't on the bottom. He did not hit the apex. He was washing up the track. Door bang Ford.
Switchback for Ford, and he's gonna drive it in there on the inside. But Kimmy swooping around the outside here. Ford's gonna throttle up into the side of the 17 car.
Oh, let's cut into the pit road, Stormy.
Yeah, cut on that strategy. He's coming in and putting on some tires. And for information for the Anthony penalty, the drivers were warned. Naz did it at the start of the race, and he gave him a warning and let everybody else know that it is not allowed. So everybody else was known about that rule.
Oh, that's great to hear.
Another wall tap for Ford. Not good for his tires. In the last few laps, he's lost an extra 8% of tire wear. Kimmy gets back through to the lead, but Ford's still working on him. A lot of contact, leaning on that left rear as we're 3 wide behind. Blake backs out of it. Is that Blake coming into the pits as well? Yes, it is, Stormy. We got Blake in to the pits.
Blake in as well. The Snowman cars both kind of on the same strategy, just a couple laps apart. So both these guys all on the same strategy. We'll see, trying to undercut the leaders here.
As Nas, great undercut there for Nas. He's ahead of Cut. And well, now he's trying to get that lap back there. That's pretty tight. Cut might try to get a pass here. No, he's going to push Ness. Maybe he had nowhere to go right there. As Ford and Kimmy still going at it for the lead.
Yeah. I was going to say, Kimmy just will not give it up around the outside. He goes in so wide on the entry and then comes back. And Ford has given him the space on the exit every single time. You know, I would have expected Ford maybe to wash up the track a little bit more on exit, take away that cutback, but Kimmy is still getting the lead apex.
Nas just drove Ford and Kimmy up into the wall. A lap car 2 laps down, trying to get the advantage with pit stops. And here comes Blake on the pit exit. He's going to drop in right behind this group.
This is really going to heat up here. I'm surprised Ford gave Kimmy the outside here.
Cut the inside, 3 wide, forcing his way in. Nas trying to force his way on the bottom. I mean, it's just completely... Oh! Through all this, Kimmy and Ford are still side by side.
That's pretty incredible. Absolutely hectic stuff right now. Anthony in the grass a little bit.
As now, here they come. The leaders are into the pit, Stormy. The leaders are coming to you.
Yeah, Ford was trying to pit that 3 wide that you saw last lap and all that craziness into 3 right there. Ford was trying to pit and was very vocal on the radio after the incident. But now Kimmy and Ford coming in, trying to maybe stretch it to halfway. I don't know if they're going to be able to. Definitely 1, maybe even 2 more stops left for these guys.
All right.
So maybe you could speak on this a little bit, Stormy, but I'm surprised I haven't seen anyone really take some of the inside boxes on 3 and 4 because you're taking a shorter line if you choose
Yeah.
a pit box that's in the corner.
Yeah, I agree with
Yeah,
that.
maybe these guys just aren't. I haven't heard anything on the radio about it, but that would be smart. I think you'd be right, but I really haven't heard anybody on the radio about it.
I gotta say, a great pit stop cycle for Napa. He was one of the later cars to pit. He came out net third with the cars that were doing an undercut. A phenomenal pit stop for the 56 team. As here is the pit exit battle. Ford on the exit, and he's gonna drop back. He's gonna slot in around fourth, right ahead of Nas. That's gonna be
Look
Beast
how
your
far
leader.
back Kimmy is.
Yeah, way back there. Beast is your leader, a little bit offset from these guys. Then it'll be Cut.
Oh, guys,
Rain!
he was in the wall.
Nas.
He was in the wall and got turned by Blake.
Oh, can he save it?
Can he
He's
keep it
trying.
No damage and
No.
caution
No,
out.
he
Oh, and Deuces
just
gets damaged.
backed into
Deuce
it.
is out of the race too. Oh my gosh.
Oh boy.
Trying
Was
to
that
low it
Nas's
up.
last car?
I'm not sure on that one actually, but it definitely was Deuces. And Deuce is out.
Deuce needs to back it down here.
Yeah, there it is. Oh, there we go.
And Beast, your leader, is going very gingerly ahead of Deuce here.
Yeah, you don't want to get caught in the crossfire. If you're Beast or Kimmy, if you see a caution out,
And Deuce
You're
is
heavy on the
hitting the
brakes, trying to stay
leader.
away.
Deuce still driving it around with damage. Race control is not going to be happy about that. Deuce is DNF'd.
no. And
Take
that's
me
why,
out, coach.
yeah, that is why if you're Beast and you're Kimmy, you stay away because you don't know how crazy these people are going to be with a DNF car. They just decide to keep throttling up.
All right, Nas
Oh.
is on his last car there. And that was really unfortunate for Deuce because Nas had crashed. He was clear of the crash. The caution came out and he loaded up, and I think he had contact with Anthony there. And that's really what caused it.
You know who that was? It was one of the non-threats. Now, just only two are left. That's System and Nas. System has yet to wreck a car?
Well, that is crazy stuff. Immediately granting them the non-threat title.
I'm going to take a look at the replay here, guys. So this was right after a pit stop battle. Ford had just come out of the pits here, as we saw. Yep, Nash sliding back there. Anthony gets away from it, and he comes back in, up the track and collects Deuce. So Anthony was avoiding the wreck, comes back up the track as Deuce comes flying around the outside trying to get past the wreck. And I think Anthony just didn't see him coming. He's just trying to avoid the wreck. And that's kind of a tricky one, because I feel like if you're Anthony, you're like, well, why are you full throttling past the wreck? You know, slow down, give me a chance to avoid it. But if you're Deuce, you're just avoiding the wreck, and then somebody just turns up into you out of nowhere.
So again, guys, with the late pit stop, which Ford has now joined Kimmy on that strategy, they have not lost any time, any net time now with the caution coming out pretty opportunistically for them.
Yeah, it seems like the strategy here, guys, is going to be one more stop, maybe two, but it seems like everybody from what I'm hearing on the radios that it's a one stop, one more stop should get you to the end here, guys.
And Nas and
Drive-through
Anthony,
penalties.
yeah, drive-through penalties for both of them. And that's really unfortunate for Anthony, who had just started the drive-through penalty and got his lap back, and now has another one.
If we're going to be doing one more stop here, I'd suspect that Kimmy and Ford would take the lead pretty easily, man, if this went green and then pit on schedule with everybody, and I think that they would be the contenders at the end.
Yeah,
But
I
again,
think
assuming everything equal.
I think we're getting to this stage of the race. I mean, we saw Kimmy do, I think it was that middle stint was about 50 laps with some help from some cautions. I think we can do it on one more stop, guys. Some of these guys are going to make it, 5 to 10 more laps, really take care of their stuff. Somebody's might try to stretch it on one more stop.
Yeah, I just think that you know, pitting early, or sorry, pitting late for these guys, especially Kimmy trying to extend the stints. I feel like you would stop that if everything went green to the end with everyone expecting to do one more stop. I think you get in the lead here with a tire advantage, and you pit on schedule.
I agree with that. Good restart for Ford further back as it is Beast slow in the middle of the corner there. Napa pushed onto the grass system on the outside, and I think that's Beast trying to come to the pits. Yes, it is Beast coming to the pits. Anthony and Nass serving their drive-through penalty. But Stormy, I think that's a scheduled pit stop there for Beast.
Yeah, schedule pit stop. He was on very old tires leading, so this caution kind of works out for him. We'll see if he's able to undercut everybody here and maybe get the lead here at the end. Obviously, he's been super fast today. We'll have to see if it's going to work for him.
Yeah, I think that's a little bit far to try to make it to the end, but we'll see. Maybe some help for some cautions.
He's being a little cheeky there, by the way, guys. He did take, I guess, the second stop in turn 3 to get the inside line, and he was just, you know, skating through some of those boxes on his pit exit there. So he's trying to gain every little bit of time he can.
So much time in the pits. I mean, I'd imagine these guys are trying to reduce time everywhere they can when it comes to the pit cycle. It's doing him some good here. He's 2 laps down, but not by much.
Oh, he's just running to the side of Blake.
You know, that's aggravating for Blake. You're sitting there in 4th trying to get all you can get, and then somebody on an alternate strategy comes out side by side with you.
Yeah, Ford is really hounding Napa right on his rear right now. Napa going semi-defensive, middle of the track.
Oh, back to the inside, tries to sell him the dummy. Napa's super deep. Did that work for Ford to perfection? Napa in the wall. Ford is the inside lane, the preferred line, and pretty soon he'll have that spot. Yes, there it is for Ford.
And this is
good contact there.
Ford's getting hit again.
Tried to
And if
park on
Ford
the
can
apex.
get this move done, if he can get this move done here, Ford is sitting in the driver's seat, you know, for the whole race, because he's the guy that was on the strategy with Kimmy, and now he's fighting for the lead.
Yep, although Kimmy hasn't had a bad restart himself. He's trying to fight up there. He's up in 4th right now, fighting with Blake for that 4th spot.
See if Ford tries to send it down early here. He doesn't. He gives Napa the space.
A beast on fresh tires. He's trying to make his way through this pack.
And I feel like that was a mistake from Ford to let Napa sneak up the inside again and continue to stay side by side. I feel like I would have really sent it early and shallow in 3, but he's got it done.
They're filed out now.
Well,
As
still
maybe
Kimmy
they're
and
gonna be
Blake
patient.
fighting back there.
Oops. Oh, almost into the wall, it looks like. I think he barely tapped it. And yeah, Blake's going to give him the position.
22.1 last time around for Ford, as Beast dropping back behind Cut here. Beast is doing that undercut. He needs to clear this traffic. You really don't want this impeding your undercut.
Napa's still right in the rearview mirror of Ford, because Ford has not been hitting the bottom. You see him getting snipped underneath here.
As Blake's given a drive-through penalty, even though he gave the spot back for walling.
Hey.
That's kind of weird to me by race controller. Like, but yeah, we acknowledge you gave it back, and it's a drive-through penalty.
Yeah, in that case, you just stop giving positions back. So, yeah, maybe we'll see that rescinded. I don't know. We'll just have to. No, well, Blake's already in, so I guess it doesn't matter. Blake is serving that penalty.
It was Beast. Beast on a Napa after Napa hit the wall just a little bit. As they're side by side, Napa gets the
that's rough.
exit.
Yeah, Beast looking a little rough with the wheel-to-wheel racing here, even though he's got the fresh tires. I mean, he's got to clear this traffic. His undercut is basically neutralized because he's running the exact same pace as the cars he's battling.
Yeah, it's tough. You get the tire advantage. You get you close the gap early. You get around them, or you get next to them. But then they just ride your door. They ride your corner panel, ride your door. on the entry and the exit of every corner, and it becomes impossible to get around slower traffic.
So that penalty, guys, on Blake, just got word that it's been kind of incentivized that that's going to be a penalty anyway, even because it could be on lap car. Say you put a lap car up on the wall and then you give that position back. It obviously doesn't really matter as a position because the driver's a lap down. So it's pretty incentivized. Doesn't matter if you give that position back, you're not allowed to wall people.
Yeah, it makes sense as long as you just applied that to the actual lap car. If it's in a situation where it's not a lap car, you know, why not let him give him the position back? I don't understand. But anyway.
We're still at that same fastest lap at 21.750 right here.
Hey, just to let you guys know, Napa is not very happy with Beast right now. Beast racing Napa, obviously trying to get his lap back, trying to get around forward, but Napa not very happy with it from Beast right now.
And really, if I'm Napa, I'm only mad because Beast is going so slow despite being on fresh tires. I wanna let Beast go and then let him drag me up to the back and forward. Because you're on fresh tires and you did 25,000 laps of practice. You should have cleared me about 10 laps ago.
25,000 laps. Oh my goodness. If you've spent your childhood on Martinsville, you know, you should be catching forward pretty clearly here.
I don't think Beast is going to be able to make it to the end here, guys. He would have needed some yellow flags to help him out with that. So he'll have to make another stop, and I think the rest of the field has to make another stop. So Beast is basically just stuck 2 laps down. He's going to need a caution.
Oh, and there's the caution. Where? Hello?
Forgot to delete timing board. Forgot to delete timing board is what I'm hearing it for the caution. Forgot to delete timing board.
And
forgetting to delete the time board has gone another step forward and turned into a competition caution. And that just saved Beast's race.
So
No.
what are the implications with the cycles here, having this caution?
I think everybody that had a drive-through and served it is nullified. Beast is actually in the best position now out of anybody because he will be on the lead lap with the freshest tires, and everybody still has to make one more stop.
Man. Man, oh man.
I'm a little confused. And why so late in the race?
I kind of agree with you. We're already down to 9 cars. There hasn't been any timing board lag. I didn't notice. Maybe he just noticed it, but I mean.
There's a little bit of chatter. We heard Napa. He said every time he would cross the line, he would get a little bit of lag. We heard a little bit of chatter. It wasn't a big issue. And just an update on Cut accidentally jumped out of his car because of his cat, unfortunately. So he has to go to the back.
Oh. Sorry guys, just a little bit antsy with the leaders here under pacing because Ford was being pushed up. Now I got pushed up into the wall under pacing and Nationwide, and that is the most frustrating thing. You know, you just like to see these guys get off of each other's bumpers. It's so not hard.
And we didn't have those rules where you had to space out. It was very closed in, so that made it even worse.
Beast getting put on the lead lap there. Really, he should be behind Anthony and Nass if the ordering was correct, but race control dropping the ball here a little bit.
Yeah, anything could happen here, but I mean, you were right earlier, Agent, about Beast being in prime position. You know, especially with the laps he has under his belt, I feel like it's going to be tough to deny him the win here.
Yeah, guys, it sounds like everybody in the next 10 to 15 laps is probably going to be pitting here, guys. So expect the pit stops here in the next 15.
All right, and I think, honestly, everybody has to pit. The tires are pretty good for about, 20 to 30 laps. I would consider pitting right on the restart. If a caution comes out, you're in an incredible position. And yeah, it's Beast and Anthony drive the penalty using lower lanes to catch up to cars under pacing and not maintaining the gap. Wow, and there it goes. There it goes.
Wow.
Beast
There
in
goes
Anthony's
that
prime
advantage.
position. Yep, the
Yeah.
rest of them have one more stop to go. Let's see how it goes.
Are we inventing here with the the
No,
underpacing?
I think this is all things he's telling them in the voice chat. I think Stormy can let us know, but he's usually pretty on it, saying, you know, guys, straddle this white line. This is the lane divider, and if you
he's
try
been
to,
telling them, but all the start of the race about what this rule is, and it's still just not getting through. So we have to have these penalties.
see, 33 laps to go here from Martinsville.
What a
And-
bonehead move then if you're Beast to have been sitting in prime position and then have that happen.
That's pretty rough there for Beast. Is that Nas in the pits? Is that a scheduled pit stop from Nas?
I'm pretty sure. I'm not exactly sure. I haven't heard anything on the radio.
System 2.
System in the
Yeah,
pits.
I mean,
Yeah, Nas and System making scheduled pit stops here, Stormy. So we've got our first takers at the final pit stop of the day. This is the money stop.
Yeah, I think you were
Naz
right
trying to
about.
short pit.
Sorry, Stormy, go ahead.
Yeah, Naz trying to short pit right there, just confirmed. So is System. So pit stop starting right here. And I think Napa and a couple of these guys that are still on track are going to try to stay out a little bit longer.
Napa hit the wall out of turn number 4 last time around, and he lost just about every spot he had. As there's Nas given a drive-through penalty for driving through boxes after completing the stop.
Oh no. I don't know if he did as much as what Beast did earlier in the race. Beast did not get penalized, so I just suspect that maybe he was tightening up in the voice chat with the racers, and Nas didn't get the memo.
Nas is going to go ahead and serve that drive-through penalty right now. As now it looks like System is in the best spot.
Yeah, I was gonna say before that happened with Nas, that I felt like Nas was really in a good spot, having, pulled from the strategy that you were talking about, coming into the pits pretty early. But now, yeah, it looks like System was on the same idea, and he's got through the pits cleanly.
Yeah, that's Anthony in the pits, but he did have to serve a drive-through penalty, so he'll be hoping for a caution. Beast is yet to pit the other car that served a drive-through penalty. And then your top 5 still have to wait for one more pit stop to go to the end. Is this Kimmy coming in? I believe so, Stormy. Kimmy's coming to you.
Just slow down. Oh.
Yes, this is Kimmy's final stop. Kimmy coming in, and I think that's going to bring a couple of these other guys in here soon, guys.
This is it, ladies and gentlemen. It's final pit stops, the money pit stops. This can be the win or situation of the race. Here comes Napa. Napa into the pits. He was falling back in that stint, so he's gonna make his pit stop. And your top 3 have yet to pit. So that's Ford, Blake, and Cut, and they're all gonna stay out one more lap as well. So really extending this final stint. We're seeing, 2 different schools of thought here with this money stop. Around that restart.
Kimmy looked pretty disciplined coming out of the pits here. I don't think he drove through any more than about a quarter of the pit box in front of him, so I feel like he's going to be clean.
And he's ahead of System, so Kimmy is in first out of the people that have pit so far. Let's watch the blend with Napa. That is going to be the battle for those that have pit already. And it's pretty tight here. Napa on the exit. Kimmy at speed, side by side. Kimmy's got it. Kimmy ahead of Napa. And now he's just waiting on those top 3 to pit. And he's trying to get one of those laps back from Blake. He will not wall Blake. Does not get a walling penalty. And way up the track here. But rolling the speed, he's going to keep it. And I think Blake's coming in. He gave the spot up to Napa.
Yeah, Napa's right on the tail.
Here he comes.
Kimmy. I thought maybe Napa. Maybe Napa would have been held up a little bit, but it doesn't really look like it. He's right there fighting with Kimmy.
Oh, Blake's in, and Stormy, I think, followed him in.
Yeah, as we've seen all race long, the Snowman cars on the same strategy. They're both in. Obviously, the final stop for these two, we'll see. Staying out a little bit longer, we'll see if they'll be able to jump around Ford here. Obviously, Kimmy and Napa right around Ford, so we're going to have to see Ford still has to make his final stop.
So Napa and Kimmy fighting for the lead on that strategy. Ford in the lead, but he still has to make a pit stop as Napa with a spot, but he's slow on the exit of the corner.
Yeah, he just hooked that curb while Kimmy was rolling the corner, getting a little bit of a late apex as he's been doing all race long. And we see how
now
much
Napa's
the
got
curb
it.
can hurt you.
Look at that. Great exit for Napa. He's going to get one of those laps back against Ford. Where is the pit stop battle? There's Blake. And he's going to be well behind this group here. Just now hitting the line, and these cars with momentum are going to clear. Now Ford is coming in. Stormy, this should be the last pit stop of the night unless Beast has to come in again.
I think Beast still may have to come in. I'm not 100% sure. Haven't heard anything from him at the moment, but yes, this is Ford's last pit stop. Hoping he can try to get around Napa here. We're going to have to see if the staying out long is still going to work for him.
Oh, is that Kimmy on the inside?
And I was going to say, I doubt Ford will get in a good position as we're going to see. He still has to pit, right? Yeah, there is. He's in his. He's doing it later. So as you guys said, in the middle of the race, if someone's going to do that, he's in one of the later pit stops. As Napa and Kimmy, if I were one of them, I would wait until the end. I would completely try and focus on going, as we're going to see Ford here coming out.
On the pit exit, there is the battle. Kimmy on the inside of Napa. Ford taking the exit. He's coming up the track. He's ahead of Blake, so he stays ahead of Blake, but now he has to work on Kimmy and Napa.
He's sitting pretty mad. With the tire life he's got, not that far behind, and they're battling in front of him. Man, you couldn't see a better picture out of the front windshield of Ford's car.
And he's there on the inside of Napa. Oh, and Napa pushes Kimmy up the track. That's allowed Ford to get to the inside here. He's going to back out of it.
He didn't want to do that. You definitely don't want to make dumb moves like that, especially with Ford having almost maybe 97% tires and maybe 8% better than, maybe more than that, than Kimmy and Napa, as Kimmy has kind of extended his lead as here's Blake to the rear of Ford.
To that last pit lap, that looks pretty much correct except for Anthony's didn't update. Beast trying to stretch it. But Ford with a 7-lap advantage on the tires. Blake is not that far behind either. He's staying close.
It's going to get tough here if Ford doesn't get around Napa to go catch Kimmy. Napa's been kind of parking it in the middle of the corner.
Guys, I think B's strategy here is going to stay out until that tire blows.
Oh boy.
And
he's almost a second slower than the rest of the field. Ford with a 22 flat there.
Okay, there's always the case. Okay, good to see B's coming in. I was gonna say never know when the threat becomes the non-threat. That's what it looked like. Beast was gonna happen.
As now Ford trying to find some space on the inside here. Kimmy just doesn't turn into the corner and gives Ford the inside with fresh tires. That's sure to work for the 20 car.
Side by side.
And there it is. Ford is clear in the lead, and that is what you wish for as Napa walls Kimmy.
Oh, that might be bad for him.
Napa trying to send Ford to stay close to the car with fresher tires.
Yeah.
Ford not wanting Napa is on the radio saying he wants to hold Ford up. So
Ford
he's
sending him into the corner. I mean, he's completely killing him into the corners. That's pretty rough. Kimmy gets back to the inside here because of that.
That's as bad as a walling on the exit, honestly, from Napa.
Oh, but Kimmy hooks the curb like we talked about so much. Blake is to the inside of Napa. I think Ford is going to run away with this now. As Blake to the inside of Kimmy. Oh my goodness.
The thing with Kimmy is he won't cover the inside. he's walled again there. He cannot be bothered to cover the inside. He is so set on running this late apex line, but he's so vulnerable to an attacking driver if he doesn't cover the bottom.
Yep.
I think this might be it for Ford now. I think he's going to start to pull away from it. These three are just going to battle unless one of them makes a too aggressive move as Kimmy's in the wall there. We're not going to get another wreck.
Yeah, Kimmy's hit the wall multiple times. Blake gets a 3 out of 4 for walling. 4 out of 4 is a park, so Blake needs to watch it here, side by side with Kimmy. Kimmy, as I mentioned, has hit the wall multiple times in the last few laps. He's probably lost about 16% of his tires.
Yeah, he's a sitting duck. He's a sitting duck, man, and he is not going to be in this unless something insane happens. Ford is really, he got it almost locked up right now.
Blake got woed up there behind Napa. I think he's a little spooked there after the official's message. He just needs to find his rhythm again and go get P2 in this race because he's got the tire advantage.
Everybody behind Ford right now on the radio complaining about rotation. These tires have pushed them to their limit, especially Napa complaining about rotation in the mid-corner right now.
Yeah, and if you're Napa, just take it easy. At this point, you're getting away with a little bit of dirty racing and you're losing rotation. Just hit the bottom, man, and let them battle behind you, and you've got P2.
Yep. Blake with a good lap that time. Blake is gonna be, always drives it in deep, does Blake. He's trying to get to the back of the 56 machine. He wants to see second place. Ford is a little bit too far, it looks like, and has too much pace. 21.950 last time. Great lap there from Ford. Another 21.9 flat. Incredible pace from the 20 car out front. We finally see some raw pace on display.
Yeah, unless something magically delicious happens, Ford's got this locked up, man.
Yummy.
21.9 there for Blake, so Blake finding some more pace. 5 more laps to go here. Ford running consistent out front, pulling away from the pack. He's going to see Ford go this time.
Anything can happen. This is just Ford's race to lose.
Napa was in the wall, guys, so he may be under threat for P2 from Blake.
Definitely is. Blake has closed up tremendously here with just 4 laps to go. The battle for P2 is heating up, but it looks like Ford running away with it still. Over 3 seconds now.
He's trying. He's really trying. He just cannot get there.
Yeah, he's not really getting the exit speed that Napa's getting, even though Napa's not quite on the bottom.
Here he goes. That's a better exit for Blake.
And we're about to come to 2 to go here.
Oh, and he's sending it on Napa. Oh, and he's throttling up. He's all over the grass.
Oh
he's
my gosh.
backing out of it.
Fully in the grass.
Yikes.
Good to see him back out of it. He was fully mowing the lawn and dooring Napa at the same time. That was pretty rough.
And it doesn't look like any caution will happen. No wreck and no one in front of Ford coming to the white flag.
Ford awful in that corner, but it doesn't matter. He's got such a gap. White flag in the air. Final lap for Ford.
Well, he's kept it clean almost the entire race, guys. Ford has played it correctly, and he's got the clean air in front of him.
Oh, and Ford spins in the final quarter. Ford with damage. He's getting past. Napa is going to win the race.
He's held him off. He's held off Blake for P2, and now it's become P1. Napa's won the race.
What happened to Ford? What happened?
No word from the radio at the moment. No radio at the moment. Everybody's amazed. Napa's screaming on the radio. It's chaos.
It was completely Ford's coming into that final corner, and honestly, the signs were there. He was starting to get loosed inside of the.
He went so slow the lap before. What? What happened? I've never seen that.
What?
I don't think I saw a bump or a tire go down.
I didn't
Hey,
see a flat
Ford.
tire.
I'm hearing Ford on the radio says his car felt completely different with about 5 to go. He's screaming that it may be rigged. He said his car just all of a sudden, and you could see it. That I could see that he was coming back to Napa, and he was driving the corner completely different. We saw him get into the wall, coming to the white flag, and he says his car was driving completely different with 5 to go.
Oh my gosh, I've got to go pull up the replay right away. We're going to take a close look at this. It really sucks when we have to scrutinize the integrity of the sport, try to really see what's going on here. But we're going to take a very close look at this under replay in slow motion. Every single view, we've got it for you here. Watching the replay here of the final lap, Ford going very, very slow, very ginger here. Just trying to bring it home. Into this final corner. There's no, the car is just sliding. That is not right, man. That's not right. The car just doesn't just do that. I'm gonna back it up here so we can watch this in slow motion. Let's take a look at this in.
We're gonna see maybe if he had a bump. We don't know what's going on. His tires were at plenty % to not blow. We don't know what's happening, so the officials are going over.
All right, I'm gonna jump back to the replay here. I had to come back since we were getting some more words from Stormy here, but we're gonna jump back to the replay for a slow-mo look at what was going on here at about half speed coming into this corner. I switched cameras. We can see very clearly the car is just spinning by itself. There's no bump. There's nothing. I mean, I have the best view that probably anybody's got. I mean, we really just not sure what happened there. I mean,
Yeah, I'm gonna pull up your stream to see what's going on here. Dude, how in the world would you start to get a loose spin physics right there? We've seen everyone.
Word that it sounds like from what the officials are saying, with 3 to go, his car starts getting completely loose. There's rumors maybe somebody messed with this car or something messed with this car with like 3 to go.
well, I'm gonna be honest with you that the only thing that can mess with somebody's car is probably a set grab from an admin. Not really sure what else.
Well, I'll just point out, you know, we know it's not. We know that the tire didn't go down. We know that the tires don't get loose as they continue to wear. We know that Ford had the freshest tires and was running clinical laps, wasn't hitting the wall. We've seen everyone over that part of the track all race long, especially with Kimmy going wide. I mean, I don't think there would have been a bump. I don't see any kind of jostling of the car.
Yeah, me
I feel
either.
like you
I've
can
got
rule just about everything out.
It.
Yeah, nothing makes sense about this. I'm looking in this in-car camera. It just gets loose on that final lap. You see him kind of drifting the corner a little bit in the last 3 laps.
Guys, I've got race control in the room with me here. We're gonna take a look at my view because I have a phenomenal view of this final lap crash here. It is pure as day. There's no bump. There's no tire wear. There's nothing. It just is loose. And I'm hearing from Race Control, I thought it was possibly rigged. Race Control just came in here and confirmed he didn't touch anything. He thinks a hacker joined the game and started messing with Ford's car there at the end of the race. He's telling me ever since about 3 to go, that's what started happening there.
Man, that is insane.
And all I can say is, like, why is the server not locked?
Well, I thought
Apparently the server was locked.
It is locked. It is locked. That's why I'm so confused. And apparently he said he looked at the logs. The officials looked at the logs. There's no clear cut that anybody joined, that anybody messed with his car. I don't even know what to say.
That's just still crazy.
Oh my gosh, this has got to be the worst ending of a race I've seen.
Well, and they said they can't take away the win from Napa because Napa didn't do anything
Nobody
wrong.
else has owner. I mean, wow.
I don't know.
I mean, is it possible? I mean, we didn't see anyone join, you know, at any point in time. I think the server would have been relocked after Robloxian and respawned his car at the beginning. Man,
I mean, what
Get
what
it
in the world?
So we're gonna go test here at the moment. And Ford's gonna get in his
Yo.
car. We're gonna see if it's still happening.
So
As-
what do we do? Because something's, I don't know, like, did he keep his position or something? I don't know.
That car looks stable to me. I'm gonna pull up his telemetry here.
he's
Because
perfectly fine
I
now.
go to his stream, and it's like, yeah, around 3 to go that starts happening. He's just getting loose to the apex, and it just got worse and worse and worse. I was way up in the air, and I started noticing it on corner exits. He got super tight, and I was wondering why they were catching up so much.
You said you were way up in the air. Do you have a recording?
I'll see if it's saved.
And it's just so weird that on the last corner, on the last lap, is the lap that the spin physics or the looseness is what started on the last corner, on the last lap.
I mean, yeah,
it seems
even now, Ford is trying to full send it, doing what he can to break the car loose, and it's just absolutely planted. So,
So
But the server was locked.
okay, that proves somebody messed with the car then.
But the server was locked. How can somebody
I know,
join?
yeah, I never unslocked it. Last time I unslocked was for you to rejoin to get on pit road, so.
And there's not everyone was driving. Me, Low Man, Stormy, and
Yeah,
Asian.
and nobody else has admin either. On the admin list, it just says I'm permanent owner, that's it.
So then
There's no set grab
Did we-
commands and logs.
Did we see anybody join? Can we see if somebody joined?
I didn't have leaderboard, no. I don't think you can. I'm gonna see if there, hold on, let me see if there's join logs. There's chat logs. I don't see any join logs. Where do we put?
wow. And wow, that's all I could say. I've never experienced something like this in Roblox before.
again for the stream, everyone is confused.
I'm
We're trying to
being
figure it out.
told from Napa that Vaughn joined at some point.
Go look at Ford's stream and you'll see it. It starts to get loose with the last couple laps.
So what did you say, Stormy, about someone joining?
Yeah, it sounds like Napa's telling me that Vaughn may have joined at some point. He doesn't. I'm still talking to
No.
him now, but it sounded like maybe Vaughn joined.
I had. Oh no, I don't have him added. I was gonna say I have his old account, but it could be. But Stormy's saying Vaughn is a member.
Okay, but it sounded like
was a
Vaughn may
driver.
have joined mid-race though. It sounded like he may have joined mid-race, so it may have not been him. So it was
Well,
definitely obviously not.
Well, I
not
came in
server
here to
locked.
ask how do we like make this fair now, because obviously the car was messed with. There was malicious intent at the end of the race by somebody. So where
But
do
you
we?
can't take it away from Napa.
No, we can't
'cause
take
it
away from
wasn't-
Napa. Okay, he raced fairly, but I don't know where to place. Where do we place Ford?
Give Napa the win. Give the same amount of points.
Yeah,
to Ford.
I saw Cookie say just give it to Ford where he crossed the line.
Well, Ford crossed the line in 5th there.
No, I don't.
I don't know, man. I don't know.
Yo, hey, do you know what happened? Or I'm
No one
lost,
knows.
bro.
We're all trying to.
All right, I've moved to the replay here, so the rest of the booth is muted. I'm watching a replay of Ford's stream, so we've got Ford's view here. Looking at Ford's stream here, 3 to go into 3 and 4. Right there on 3 to go, it looks pretty normal to me. 68% tires, nowhere near blowing. Here with 2 to go. Sinister? Yeah, Sinister did join. Yeah, right there at 2 to go, the car looks very weird. And there on the final lap, the car is very loose. He survived turn 1 and 2, and then down into 3, it just breaks loose and he's crashed. And I mean,
about it, how we may remedy it, but man, it does not sit well that Ford would not come with full points for a win.
That's why I said maybe give Napa the actual win, give him full points, and give Ford maybe not the win, but you still give him full points.
I mean,
As like he won.
I don't know how I feel about that either. With giving someone else the win there, I think if whatever lap malicious things started happening, restore finishing positions to the lap prior.
Okay, interesting. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think this is the best solution I've heard so far.
That was the last lap of fair racing we had, and therefore that should be the last lap of the race.
I think that's the best thing I've heard so far. Yeah.
There's not gonna be a way to satisfy everyone. Napa might not be satisfied, and that's unfortunately the thing of this situation.
That may suck for Napa, but Napa walked into a win under unfair conditions here. I mean, he's backed into the win. I just Napa would still come with P2, and all things being equal, we all expected Napa to take the P2. So I don't see how you could be upset with that. I don't see how anyone who would take a win under these conditions, not forcibly take obviously, but walk into the win under these conditions, why they would be upset with Ford having restored his position.
Yeah, right now a P2 for Napa would jump him up with 600 points. He'd be moving towards about the top 5 in points. Currently he sits 9th for reference, tied with Blake. He would pass Blake, he would pass Flix, he would pass PC. He would pass Cut, maybe. He may still be behind Cut. He would pass Bubble. Napa would still see a huge gain of points with a P2 here. But Ford is behind Napa in the points by over 100. So, I mean,
All right, so it's been
Can you just make the official decision? Yeah, Kimmy said it's going to cross Ford in 5th, and Napa wins the race.
I think that's a bad call. I want to talk to Kimmy. Can I talk to Kimmy? Because I feel like I had a good solution.
Have Kimmy come in here and listen to the solution. I don't know if he got that, but I feel like David had the most equitable understanding of what the result should be.
I told Kimmy the.
Well, Kimmy, I wanted to tell you, I think the best solution, we had unfair racing at the end. I feel like you have to restore the last lap of fair racing. So whatever lap malicious things started happening, I think you go to the lap prior and count that finishing lap as the finishing positions of the race. Your winner, Napa, would be 2nd, Blake 3rd.
You think I should give Ford the win?
Well, it's not just giving Ford the win.
You're not just jumping him up the order. Well, you're ending the race a few laps early because that was the last lap of fair racing that we had.
Yeah, I do feel bad for Ford. I'm not gonna lie. I think I'm gonna do what you just said, bro. I'll give Ford the win, bro. Screw it.
Okay. Well, just to be clear, we do have to look at the positions for everyone.
Let me see. Look at the positions for everyone.
I don't want anybody to misunderstand. What I'm saying is not give the Ford the win. We're not just giving Ford the win. We're restoring. Yeah. We would looking at restoring positions from a lap prior when there was fair racing on the track.
Well, I saw his car with 3 laps to go is where I noticed it. So if I was gonna do that, I would say 3 to go is the checkered.
I think that's the best way to do it.
Yeah.
So that would mean it's the finishing order would be Ford, Napa, Blake, Cut, Kimmy, Anthony,
Beast,
and then Beast, and then
System, and then
Ness, Deuce, Alex, and then Roboxian is disqualified.
I think that's fine. That's what they all ran from like 5 to go until the checkered, except for Ford.
I'm just honestly just like dumbfounded that even happened, bro. On the last corner, on the last lap, Ford just like got cooked, man, and that just sucks.
Well, yeah, I mean, if we can agree that that's what the result's going to be now, that we've brainstormed through that, if we're continuing to brainstorm how it may have happened, one thing I brought up was that someone joined our booth at one point, Michael, and then left, and I have no idea if that has anything to do with it. But someone would have gotten wind of the race going on by joining the booth with us and then immediately leaving, which looked a little suspect to me.
Wait, Limit, do you know who it was that joined the booth?
Sinister.
And then they joined a
Sinister.
second ago. Look at they were.
Yeah, they
just
did join
here.
earlier.
They
Yeah.
joined
Who the heck is
just a second
Sinister?
ago and left.
I don't know who that is.
They joined the
They
server
were a
today.
recent join. Yeah, it recently joined.
Um,
Yeah.
They
no,
have
no, no.
not-
It's him. They
they have not
They
sent
were
a
a
single
member since
message or
yesterday.
anything.
No, they remember since yesterday. That's when their account
They
was created.
they created their Discord account yesterday. They
Yeah,
joined the
that
server
is-
today.
Oh,
They have not
my
sent a
God.
single message. They were in the booth with us. Hmm.
Like 2 seconds. Yeah, it could be something like that.
This is like this would be a movie.
Again, I want to say for the stream that there is no easy way to go about this because it is such an unreal thing. Like this has never happened. Never happened. So this is one of the craziest things.
Well, no,
Yeah.
because remember this happened before to us at the Daytona 500. That last caution in the 500, somebody TP'd onto the track and flung the cars. I don't know if you remember that.
I do remember that. I remember many, many years ago, 2021 probably, when we first got away from block cars and we were first trying out mesh cars, an Atlanta race. And we finally had a big race, and some guy joined and started flying around and hacking, and his name was All, and young Bubble very quickly typed in ban all, and everybody got banned from the game.
It's classic, man.
Of course. They smart with that, but that's so.
But not
unfortunate, so-
in a race like, I mean, that was like a fun race. We're just finally getting some mesh cars, trying out some stuff. Not in this capacity. I mean, race altering at the last corner.
Yeah, I was going to ask if there was anything characteristic about the previous iterations of this kind of race manipulation that may be able to have a parallel to what we saw here, but it doesn't
this is
sound like
the
it.
first time I've ever seen this, because before, if they like get on the track, they're either invisible or they're flying around, or like the Daytona 500, like he TP'd to the track, and then it like flung a car up in the air.
But were those in the past, I believe, were all like admin commands, correct?
Maybe.
This one is so
I just-
weird because it's like his friction was set on his tires. Like it was like like he would have needed like F3X or
It looked-
something. Like
looked
it literally
like he
looked
was
like
on
rear
ice.
tire friction.
Yeah, it looked like he was on ice at the end,
That's
yeah.
it's so. I hate to say that he's smart, but it's so unbelievably that this hacker or they, whoever it is, was. I don't even know. I'm speechless. I don't know what to think.
I think there should still be an investigation on what. Maybe there's something he had hit. No, no, it was clean. You know what? Never mind. Scratch that because it was clean.
He did not hit anything. He did not hit
Yeah.
anything. No one. I don't think anyone was on the track. It literally just spun out.
Okay, so then yeah, never mind.
Yeah, I'll have Bubble re-add me to that studio. I'm gonna look through everything. I don't know.
Trying to look for that sinister guy on.
I don't. Yeah, I'm trying to look right now at the replays still.
Oh my God, bro. This race.
I mean,
man.
if we have a replay of anybody's race where they had chat open,
Or not chat, just like tab open.
or just tab open. If we could
Whatever
see.
works.
Dude, when I was on the backstretch on the white flag, bro, I was like, when Ford like wrecked, I was like, what the heck? I was screaming, bro, like, what the heck? What? I can't
thought
believe
I had
that
to
happened,
That's
man.
everyone's reaction.
I was in the middle of saying congratulations to Ford, and he starts going around, and I was like, oh my gosh, what?
It's so confusing.
Yep.
I don't even know. Last corner, last F5.
So it does seem like it would be tampering with the friction settings on the car, right? I mean, that's
That's what the wreck looks like to me. I've never seen that kind of wreck. I mean, maybe gravity, but you would have to know what value to set it to get it to slide and not fly like that. That's like, that's kind of tough. That seems more likely somehow they could edit the friction of the tires itself and that it looked like that kind of slide. You know,
Yeah,
if
and
I
they
if
must
I
have
load
done
into
it.
studio and I set the friction to 0, that's what my car looks like it's doing. It looks like that.
Right. So
Yeah, you're right. You're
they
right. I
would-
just realized that.
It looks. Oh my god.
So they would have, lowered it a little bit, I guess, to play around with it to see what it would do, and then say, okay, this is not doing exactly what I needed to do. Let's go all the way to
You
0 and
remember?
send this guy up.
If you will, check
Remember
dev
when
console,
the
make sure there was no like enter handler error or something, anything like that. Did it say spinning in there? Anything? I'm checking my dev console, but I don't see anything.
No, I don't see anything. I just see the
remember
prints for
when
stuff.
the tire wear used to when you get really old tire wear and you would turn too much and it would spin out, or you would turn too much like on old tires and it would spin out. That's exactly what it looked like. Like I remember when the tires were used to get super loose on old tires, and that's what it looked like. It's
Well, ladies and
not,
gentlemen,
not obviously saying that what it is.
we're gonna have further investigations into the calls, but it looks like we will be reinstating the positions after lap 196, I believe, or 197. 196 going into lap 197. So your order should be Ford, Napa, Blake, Cut, Kimmy, Anthony, Beast, System, Nas as your finishers, the top 9. Deuce and Alex in 10th and 11th DNF'd, respectively. And then Robloxian disqualified, scoring 0 points. So expect updates. Check the community post tab here on Bubble Wonder Boys YouTube channel, BubbleBoy05. And this is craziness. Any final thoughts from Marcus, Lowman, Stormy?
One thing I was just gonna say is, despite this little controversy at the end, which, by the way, is still fascinating. Like, I'm glad that it doesn't seem like the results would have been tampered too much and have that much of a different outcome than what we have now. It's good to see it happen this way, and I think you came up with the most equitable decision. But I was gonna say the rest of the race was really entertaining, and I thought it was really well done.
Yeah, I'm still speechless. Yeah, the race, other than what happened, unfortunately, on the last lap, was a great race. We had an amazing strategy, and everything that happened in the mid race to the point, or in the middle of the race, was awesome. Just an unfortunate end there. But yeah, no, great race all around, other than the last lap.
Amazing battles, amazing race, amazing strategy. Like what Stormy and Little Man were saying. It's so unfortunate that this happens, because kind of it bums it a little bit. Sure, it's not. If now that we're doing the change for it, it's not going to change much on the standings. But it's like it ruined what could have been. But it overall great race. Just it should not have ended like this.
Yeah, crazy. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that is going to end it for us here for Season 5 Martinsville round of Bubbles Cup here at Martinsville, Virginia, Martinsville Speedway. A paperclip, if you will. As always, this coverage is brought to you by BuildABrain, the cutting-edge AI study tool. Head over to BuildABrain.ai to ace your classes and win back your weekend, and then make sure to tune in next Saturday night, probably about 10 p.m. Eastern Time, and that'll be the 7th race of this championship. So finally getting somewhere with this championship, and that'll be all from us here tonight. So farewell and good night.